Kawaki vs Grimmjow, who wins? This is a rather random matchup, but I find it interesting and there's only been one video made on it, so I decided to talk about it. Also stick around because at the end of the video I might discuss who would win in a hypothetical matchup between end of series Grimmjow and time skip Kawaki. Grimmjow will be in his strongest form, and for Kawaki he's going to be in his strongest form as well, which is Karma Transformation. Since his time skip form doesn't have many feats, it would be pretty unfair if we included it. So let's get started, but before we do, make sure to subscribe, it really helps a lot. Let's start by scaling both characters. So Kawaki should scale above characters like Kinshiki, who's a planet buster. Since Kara members are Usutsuki level and Boro, who's an inner Kara member, got noticed by Boroshiki, and when Boruto and Kawaki fought, they were fairly even. And you could say that Kawaki was stronger in that fight. To put Kawashiki at least planet level. Grimmjow is quite powerful as well. He can produce zeros that are capable of destroying small countries. He was also beating Ichigo, who was stated to be capable of destroying the Taka, so this would put him at least country level. He was also destroying Quilg OP, I don't know if I pronounced that right, with a single swing in base. And with the resurrection, his stats get amplified by a lot, so he would be around continental to multi-continental. Now speed-wise, both characters are fast, but one of them is faster than the other by a lot. Grimmjow is massively hypersonic plus since he dodged a Getsu attention from Ginjo at point blank. With the resurrection, he should be around sub-relativistic plus. Now for Kawaki, so Kawaki isn't known for his speed, but he is quite fast without his Karma. He reacted to Delta's lightspeed eye lasers in base form, which is crazy impressive. And Karma does increase their physical stats by a lot, and Kawaki in this fight will be using his stage 2 Karma. Boroshiki absolutely blitzed Kodo while grabbing Kawaki at the same time, which shows his insane speed. He's similar in speed, so we can put Kawaki at a few times FTL. For their durability, it's the same as their AP, so Kawaki's durability is planet level and Grimmjow's is multi-continental. Now for hacks and ability, so both characters have their own respective powers, but in terms of sheer hacks, Kawaki destroys. The main reason being is that he has Ishiki's dojutsu, which I refuse to pronounce. He can basically shrink any object that isn't living small enough to the point where you can't even see it. And that's not even all, because he has black rods that can be shot at the speed of light. Upon contact, they slowly drain your chakra, but since it's reverse equalization, he can drain Grimmjow as well. He also has big black cubes that he summons, but that's more of an ability. Now for their abilities, Grimmjow actually has a pretty decent arsenal. He has many abilities such as Deathgarin, which is basically a giant claw that he controls and acts as blades and are very long and hard to dodge. He also has Zeros, which are basically tailed beast bombs of the Bleachverse, and he has stronger variations of it. He also has Hero, which hardens his skin to stop incoming attacks and can seal stronger opponents. Kawaki isn't too far off in this category actually, because he can absorb attacks with his Karma and send them back stronger, which is a very useful ability to have. And yes, I know that Karma can only absorb chakra, but since his verse equalization, he can absorb that spiritual energy as well. He can also hide his presence as it comes naturally to all the Usutsukis and vessels of them. Kawaki has many other abilities, but they aren't really that useful. A key ability that he does have is Shadow Clones that I forgot to mention. So I would give the edge to Grimmjow in this category. With all this in mind, who actually wins in a fight? And the answer is Kawaki. Here's why. So not only does Kawaki have the speed advantage, he also has the AP and durability advantage as well. As for Grimmjow's zeros, Kawaki can just absorb them and send them back amplified or just shrink it, because most of his attacks are spiritual. He basically has an answer for every ability, and since he's faster, he makes it that much more easier to evade attacks. Grimmjow doesn't completely just get blitzed, though he can still hang with Kawaki for a while, since Grimmjow does have a couple counters for some of Kawaki's abilities. Such as Kawaki's rods, he can just harden his skin, but then again the rods pierce rock, so that's debatable as well. But for the most wins, even though Grimmjow has the flying advantage. Now at the end of every video, I try and see if the underdog has a way of winning, but I don't see a way of Grimmjow actually winning. The only way I see him maybe winning is if he seals him and just spams zeros while he's sealed. But that's unlikely since Kawaki can react since he's faster, and he can also go to his timeless dimension. So in conclusion, Kawaki wins. Now since you guys made it this far, make sure to drop a like, it really helps, and as promised, let's get into the hypothetical matchup. So the fight between end of series Grimmjow, a potential version of him, and time skip Kawaki, who actually wins. I didn't notice this before, but I thought the 1000-year Blood War was the last arc, and I thought Hell arc was after, but it's not. Still, it's fine, we can just buff Grimmjow a little bit and see if he wins. So from what we know about Kawaki so far, he can now fly and has mastered his abilities even more than before. Besides that, we haven't really seen much. Now for Grimmjow, we know he's around continental to multi-continental, but for this matchup we can put him at moon level. So personally I still think Kawaki wins, but Grimmjow has a way better chance now. Since he's moon level, his zeros and other techniques will be more annoying to deal with, assuming they're more powerful as well. That's my take on this, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. Let's try and get 25 likes, and until next time, peace.